today it's going to be a new type of interview. It's going to be an interview on 2K. So I have 6'7" forward from Kent State, Chris Payton, joining me, and let's get right into it. So, so as I mentioned before, I'll be having 6'7" forward Chris Payton from Kent State joining me today. Thank you for joining me, Chris, once again.
My bad. I gotta change
You're
the
cool.
camera.
So first thing I want to get into is what was your life like growing up? What would you say was your path easy to where you're at? Was it hard?
Uh, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's easy. I mean, compared to most people,
Hmm.
grew up. Mom didn't really have too much money. Mom and dad separated, but we
Hmm.
definitely made the most of it. Me and my brothers and stuff.
Made the
So,
most of
yeah, no, we made do with what we had.
it. So kind of staying more in that tune, what would you say your high school career was like or high school was like for you?
Um, I mean, it was kind of it was pretty good. I actually can't complain. Coming to my freshman year, my brother obviously, he was a pretty good player. So, the varsity team kind of already had eyes on, me coming into
Yeah,
Bloomington.
coming in being
And
ready.
yeah. But no, we as a team, we were pretty consistent every year. Obviously you were part of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, we pretty competitive. And I'm trying to lock in. Hold on. I can put a lot in a minute. Um, but no, definitely had a lot of good experience in high school, a lot of growing experiences, and learned a lot every single year.
What was your favorite tournament or moment from high school that you can remember?
It was definitely my first time playing at Pontiac. Um, like I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Hmm.
And I knew there were a lot of good teams. Simeon was really good that year. Obviously, all the schools from Joliet, um, and Curry's in
They're
that
always
tournament as well.
solid. All the teams from Joliet
But
are always solid.
yeah, and like I said, Curry's also in that tournament, so
Yeah.
you know how to get it. But yeah, no, Pontiac was definitely a big moment for me. We never actually got to win. I'm pretty sure we got third, maybe
Yeah,
once.
third. Yeah, third.
Um, but yeah, no, it was always a great time playing at Pontiac.
So heading more towards college, what was your JUCO route more? Why'd you choose JUCO over going Division I at first?
So initially, I was actually signed to go to Southern Illinois, and um, after my second term of senior year, my grades kind of slipped, and I was kind of forced to go JUCO.
Hmm.
And actually, the coaches at Southern Illinois got me in contact with Coach Hank, which is the head coach of Indian Hills. That was a show. um, and he came to my house, and rest is history.
Rest is history.
So
So,
yeah.
so what was your decision going from Indian Hills to Pittsburgh?
So that was that was actually kind of a wild experience because I actually had two really good offers that summer that I was kind of considering, but I also
Hmm.
obviously I wanted to play that season out and
Yeah.
see what else I could get. Um, but really, I just wanted to see like obviously I know I could have went to like a really good mid major like Kent.
Hmm.
Um, Kent definitely wanted me to come at
Yeah.
that time, and I needed to get a shot. That's what I needed to do. I was like, bro, what? Um, but they wanted me to come and what about to say? Yeah, I could have went to a mid major and
Hmm.
probably played immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get used to that again. But I wanted to test myself. I wanted to see if I could go to a high major school like that and
Hmm.
make a difference on the court. Obviously that didn't come come full circle like I
Yeah.
expected it to, but it was definitely like I said, everything's an experience. and that was definitely an experience. But really, like I said, I just want to test myself, and I think I got what I needed out of it. Obviously, it would have been nice to be able to play good minutes at that school, but
Hmm.
they're doing good this year. We're doing good this year, and yeah.
All right, so transitioning out of that, I'm not transitioning, kind of staying in it. Would you say that was the hardest competition you've played against at Pitt, or would you say the competition at Kent is harder?
I mean, obviously at that level, there's more skilled players. There's
Hmm.
bigger names, and everything like that. There's the Reds. But I think the MAC is also a really competitive league. Like
Hmm.
you can't count out mid major just because of the whole
Yeah.
you're not high major, but come on. Um, but I mean, obviously, like the teams in that conference are a little more high profile and they get a
Yeah.
little more respect than what we do
Hmm.
here at the mid major level. But no, I mean, I didn't really play, so I can't really say that I
Hmm.
was on the court against those
Yeah.
players. But I mean, if we're talking in essays, yeah, like obviously the ACC is the highest level of basketball I've ever
Hmm.
been a part of.
Yeah.
But obviously here in the MAC, it's every game's a battle. It's not easy winning any game here in the MAC.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
So more transitioning more into Kent State, your life there. Would you say you like the campus there more than Pitt? What do you do during your free time with just that kind of stuff?
I mean, obviously, like the city of Pittsburgh is, it's a like nationally, well, really worldwide known city.
Hmm.
So obviously that is probably not probably it is more satisfying to live in, I would say, than
Hmm.
Kent, Ohio. um,
Yeah.
but no, I still love the city here. There's still a bunch of good people who really care about what we do with the program. It was great support, and yeah, no. But if we're talking in terms of like just being in the city, definitely Pittsburgh got to be about time. I knew it. Oh, where's out
Oh,
of bounds?
they've been doing that to me online the whole
Yeah.
time. But easing towards the late earlier in the season, you really get more play time. Then easing more towards later in the season, you got your minutes bumped up a lot. You've been playing a bigger role. Do you think you were more ready for that role because you didn't play at the beginning, because you were just prepared at the beginning? What were your reactions when you were getting more minutes that time?
Um, I guess my reaction was just, I felt like, I was always improving. In situations like that, you can't really blame anybody but yourself,
Hmm.
especially if you're not producing. Because I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't getting in the games and I
Yeah.
wasn't getting an opportunity to do what I needed to do. It was just that when I got out there, I just wasn't, mentally, physically, whatever it was, ready to
Hmm.
to perform at a high level. And but I mean, really, it was kind of like a gradual build up, like kick out, rotate. Oh, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I was gonna say, it was like I said, it was kind of gradual build up. We had some tough games down in El Paso, Texas, that I was a part of in terms
Hmm.
of being on the court when it mattered, and we went home for Christmas and came back. We had a couple games. I started to play better here and there. Wow, he's tired. And I just kind of, every game, just got more confident out on the floor to the point where, we played Ball State and
Hmm.
I had a really, really good game. I wasn't sure what stats I had that game, but I was really efficient from the floor when I was out there. And, I made big plays when it mattered that, ultimately helped us win that game by a
Hmm.
pretty good margin. Um, and ever since then, we just kind of I found a place for me to be effective, be super athletic, and I've kind of just accepted it and just did mostly what I can.
Speaking of being efficient, your last game against Akron to clinch the 2 seed in the MAC tournament, you had 22.7 rebounds and you shot 90% from the field. What's your key to shooting just so effective, making all your shots, being so consistent?
Um, I guess with being an athlete, when you shoot every shot from
Hmm.
5 to 2 feet, it kind of makes it a little easier.
Hmm.
But I mean, obviously, people do that and they still force shots. They still. Whoa! I just lagged. I was about to drop that off to I don't know who that was, Butler Road or somebody.
I think
But
so.
no, I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty easy when your shots are all within the paint. But
Hmm.
also at the same time, people do force shots, and I don't. I mean, I every once in a while I'll be a little bit aggressive around the rim, but I think that that's more just me trying to be competitive and
Yeah.
trying to find ways to make my team better. Like that's never with a selfish intent.
Hmm.
So I think the key to it is more just taking the shots when they're there, and just working hard in order to get those baskets. Because a lot of, not to say a lot, but a good percentage of my baskets come from offensive rebounds, tip
Hmm.
dunks, me making sure I screen somebody and roll,
Yeah.
just being in the dunker spot, being in the right place, right time. So I think that, as long as you just do what your team asks you to do, you'll get good shots, especially if you're coaching the what you're talking about.
And saying, what would you say your pregame routine is to get ready for games whenever do you hang out with the team? Do you eat? What do you guys do? Or what do you do personally?
Well, I mean, we have like every team has their, game day rituals, game day shoot arounds, pregame meals. But for me, I just kind of come back, sit on the couch, play the game, and just kind of like take my mind off, you know, what I'm about to do, and then
Hmm.
get to the gym, and then just kind of rock out.
Go do it. So what would you say your favorite or like best performance has been on a personal standpoint this season?
This season, come here. Um, um, Probably definitely the last one, just because it meant so much to the team
Hmm.
and everybody in the town. I wasn't going into the game like, oh, like like I'm gonna do this, gonna do that. But at the same time, I remember telling one of my teammates that I hang out a lot with, Magnus, that like, I'm gonna perform tonight, whether
Hmm.
that whether that had been me getting 6 and 6 and just playing really good defense,
Hmm.
or doing what I did and really impacting the game and everywhere I could. But like I said, definitely that. But Ball State was actually, I was actually pretty like special just because that like really gave me a lot of confidence and
Hmm.
just allowed me just to kind of be myself out there on the floor and just be
Hmm.
comfortable.
Yeah. So getting more into the MAC tournament, you guys have Northern Illinois first round. The last time you played them,
So,
you had 10 points and 6 rebounds. What are you guys looking for? What are you looking to do this game?
um, I don't think that our game plan was too off that game. I
Hmm.
think that we just kind of had like a weird vibe, a weird energy going around, and wow, you just traveled. um, and they just capitalize on the moment. When
Hmm.
you're one of the top teams in the conference, you're always going to get everybody's best shot.
Yeah.
And that trip's kind of weird. We kind of had some traveling issues when we actually got to the bus, and our coach was telling us all week. Actually, it was kind of funny when we I don't remember who we played, but we had a really good win uh, the last game before we played NIU.
Hmm.
But I remember we came into practice the very next day, and our coach had mouse traps taped on our locker, and he was just trying to say like this game's a trap. Like NIU is not, doesn't have very much respect in the conference. Nobody really thinks that they're going to win any games, but
Hmm.
he knew they were a good team,
But they're not
and
bums.
yeah, he knew they were a good
Hmm.
team, and we just I can't lie. We just thought we were going to go in there and do what we had to do, and obviously that didn't happen. So now we got to give them their due respect, which in my opinion they deserve from the beginning.
They deserve
But
from the beginning. Hmm.
yeah, um, you know, like I said in the MAC, no game is easy, so you can't go into a game expecting just to you know shoot the ball efficiently, defend. Like things are gonna happen in the game. You got to be prepared for. So like I said, our game plan wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't bad last time we played. We just
Mhm.
had the wrong energy
I was hoping for one of those earlier.
Man. But yeah, no, we know what we need to do. I'm confident in my guys, and
Mhm.
I think we'll get the job done.
We get the job done. So looking at the conference, either you have Toledo's number one, you guys is number two, Akron is number three. Would you say that Toledo is the best team from the conference you've played this season, performance wise against you guys?
No, we actually, so when we played today, we had a really good game. We really neutralized JT Shoemate, who
Hmm.
really good player.
Yeah.
Tall, lengthy, front court guy, shoot the ball, and we did a good job of just making sure he was uncomfortable all night. And we kind of took away what they wanted to do. So I say performance wise, with the top teams in the conference, it's got to be Akron
Hmm.
when we played at third place. But obviously, home court advantage does a lot because when they came here to the MAC, it was pretty hard for them to win as well.
Hmm.
I mean, they didn't. So, but obviously with Akron, that's like a personal thing for us that we get a little bit
Hmm.
extra amped up for. So,
So getting going kind of back into school and stuff, how do you fit studies into your basketball?
um, I mean, just kind of the same way you would in high school. Like, you kind of got to plan out your day a little more, and just understand that even if you're tired, you still got to find a way to get the grades.
Mm.
Like regardless of how you do it, you got to find a way to. And I think I have a good balance with that. Um, Obviously, anybody could be a little better at what they do,
Yeah.
but I don't think that it's necessarily too hard, but it definitely can be exhausting.
Hmm. So would you say playing at Pittsburgh academic wise and everything was harder? Would you say high school was harder? JUCO, Kent State, just keeping
Um,
up?
I mean, in terms of the workload, definitely high school, just because you're taking so many classes and you're just there all day.
Hmm.
But in terms of like the actual work, I would say Pittsburgh was definitely a challenge. I think I
Hmm.
definitely had to adjust with being in community college for 2 years in Indian Hills. You know, I don't even know why I went up to that. Yes, like I said, it was definitely a change, but it wasn't anything that I didn't expect.
Hmm. So what would you say the hardest change that you've had to make is throughout your basketball career?
Um, the hardest change I had to make. Hmm. I I either say it was when I got to Indian Hills or when I got here to Kent. Um, just like the physicality
Hmm.
at both places, like in their own respects. Like, at when I got to Indian Hills, we had a really good 5 man. We
Yeah.
had a couple really good 5 man that really knew what they were doing defensively, and pushed me personally to become a better player. Which kind of the same. It was kind of the same story of here at Kent, where at the beginning of the year, coach, he was pushing other guys and
Hmm.
giving them the minutes, and I'll just remain consistent. Regardless of what team I'm on, like I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to, like put my agenda before everybody else who comes in here and puts the same amount of work with me. So,
Hmm.
just kind of remain the same person. And coach started believing in me, gave me a little bit more minutes, and I just really capitalized on the opportunity. But definitely like the two transitions of, coming from high school to the next level, like regardless if it's
Hmm.
community college or if it's Duke, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
still like a step up. Um, you still gotta
What are
oh
you
wow.
doing?
Yeah, you're not trying to win.
I Ben ain't trying to win.
um and then when I got here to Kent, these guys here, there's something different, man.
Hmm.
These practices are tough. I think that really translates to the way we play. Um, but yeah, no, definitely these two transitions were it was pretty tough.
So going through all your teammates you've had in the past, do you say you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite? Probably JD Muller, who was actually at Indian Hills with me. He he just I remember the first day I walked in the gym, he just kind of told me like, what I was just saying, like, like if you do what you need to do, keep your head down and,
Mm-hmm.
like appreciate the work that you're doing, good things will come. And
Playton
just every
too.
day, like every day he just didn't allow me to mope or anything. He just,
Mm-hmm.
gave me a good drive, and he even to this day, I'm about to call him later tonight. Just chop it up with him. But no, that's my guy. I don't want to call him Big Bro or anything like that. I won't pump his head up or anything. But no, he's definitely my guy. He's actually Southern Illinois right now.
Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
So we'll wrapping this thing up. I just have two more questions that we can get started with. First, what would you say your 2K build would be if you had to give yourself one?
Two-way slasher.
Two-way slasher.
That's how I feel.
Then I
Even
then
though
I
I even though I do play the five, you feel me? I definitely
mm-hmm,
want to put that out there.
mm-hmm.
But
Then I asked the team, the group chat for a couple questions, and one Joe asked, "What was your favorite movie?"
favorite movie?
Yeah.
Um, Damn, favorite movie. It's definitely gonna be Land of the Lost to Will Ferrell. I don't remember what age I was when that movie came out,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember as soon as it got on DVD, well, I think my dad rented it, and I just remember I watched it probably like 5 or 6 times
Mm-hmm.
before we had to turn it back in, and ever since then, like I think I bought it on Amazon, so that way I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to rent it anymore or like try to get a subscription. So I just have it on Amazon just
Yeah.
to watch. So, but no, it's definitely my favorite movie without a doubt.
Well, that's all
But
really I have for you. Good luck in the MAC tournament, and thanks for joining me.
appreciate you, man.
No problem.